Oh my god, this first episode, I was transfixed. Like, this whole opening episode was phenomenal. Like, I was like, I want to know more about this world itself. Joker's game is like, has that world. It entices you straight away. Like, you're just transfixed in this world. You want to know more about these characters, these 8 monsters. Suckerman feels like a complete outsider compared to these people because he has the kind of original ideals of what a spy would be. In a sense, when Yuki asks him, what would you do in front of an enemy? He says, oh, I would kill him or I would kill myself. And everyone else starts laughing. It's because you realise at that point, these people aren't spies. That's what a normal spy would do. These people aren't. They probably would do something completely different. They do start explaining something completely different since they've just like completely changed faith and stuff like that. And I liked how they incorporated like the use of Joker's game and use of international politics, and since they basically kind of incorporated in a sense like Joker's game is like international politics in a sense you're always out to get that one country on your side. You act like almost to see the other country get that country on your side. In theory, yes, that's completely true. It's kind of like, when you think about it in that case, it's actually like really, really freaking valid. I was like, that's one of those kind of things that it goes really freaking deep into the world itself, but it actually really entices you. And then that last bit with John Gordon, when they had to go invade his house to basically find out if he was a spy or not, and then basically it was all a setup, and he was actually he was kind of like drawing the Joker. He was kind of deceived the entire time. I was like, alright, well, this is going to be anime this season, if hopefully it doesn't actually completely F up by the end of it, because I hope Production IG will keep the quality of this anime, because the raw talent that lies in this anime is phenomenal. Since the actual director himself is quite a bloke who actually works with Production IG quite a lot. Granted, the only thing I noticed by him that I've kind of was like, oh, that's kind of cool, is a new Ghost in the Shell movie he's directed, so I was like, okay, I'm actually kind of interested. But my god, so Yuki basically starts up this agency called the D Agency, which is kind of spies who kind of train these dudes, and in the end they choose 8. The 8 that survive are the main kind of spies. They are monsters because they had to survive this grueling kind of task to actually train to become these people. And then, god damn it, they're basically trained in the art of manipulation, in the sense they're basically trained beyond what a spy would be, in the sense they're trained by a lot of different things, in the sense when they go to a country they've got to get knowledge on that country, so they've got to be, and if something happens they've got to go to different countries and everything like that, so they actually kind of learn in different language, they learn different languages and everything like that. They're basically covering all grounds, in the sense they kind of know what they need to do. If they get in there, they know what they've got to do to get back out completely fine. Since Yuki even says at the end, he goes, when you go into this game, you are in solitude, you have nothing there, you're on your own, you've got nothing else, basically, that's how it works, you are on your own. I was like, holy crap, so basically you're telling me this anime is like, as soon as they basically go to different countries, seeing these 8 people spread out to different countries, they basically are on their own, they've got no one else there. They have a life of solitude, they have no one else. And these 8 people actually go around with fake names, and not actually using their real names, since basically going by fake names and fake like lies. They're just telling stories that are fake. They're not actually their own lies. That's kind of like, it's even more interesting because what they tell people won't be true. So basically all their things are kept secret, and everything that actually goes on in this kind of agency itself, the D Agency, is kept secret. And then Sakama's kind of that character who I'm guessing is like kind of taken into this like kind of place by Yugi, in the sense he's like that guy who's been sent by the actual like headquarters to kind of work for them, but he has the kind of ideals that aren't the same as them, in the sense he doesn't actually kind of conform with their ideals. Granted, it's something I've seen a lot before, but this world itself is so inviting that I was like, holy crap, I feel like this is actually completely brand new. I felt like, yeah, I've seen the idea of someone that's outside, not conforming to the ideals of these people, and then basically have to learn, oh my god, these people are so different to what I'm used to. I've seen it a lot before, it's something that's completely evident everywhere else. But here, I think the world itself and the characters that inhabit this world, in the sense the people who are in the D Agency themselves, are freaking amazingly written in the first episode, that I feel like everything's completely brand new. I feel like I'm actually Sakuma in a sense. I feel like I'm outside this whole area. I feel like I'm learning something completely new. And the use of the Joker's game and international politics and the whole thing with Japan, yeah, it does delve deep into this idea. So if you don't understand, or you doesn't catch on first time, it's one of those things you've got to watch. You have to rewatch it a few times to actually kind of understand the entire thing. It will go over your head quite a few times. I had to watch the episode at least twice just to understand completely what they were talking about, because it actually does delve very deeply into it. But I felt transfixed. I felt like I was almost in this world in the first episode. I was like, holy crap. Great work, Production IG. You freaking did it. And that John Gordon bit, when Miyoshi was basically tasked to actually go in there as like posing as military, in sense basically him telling Sakuma, look, we have to go in there with an interpreter, because if military go in there with an interpreter, that's kind of weird, isn't it? In sense basically John Gordon is like kind of posed as a spy in a sense. He's this dude who's supposed to be a spy. So they're tasked to go in and find out evidence to say they're a spy and basically get out and say, yeah, he's a spy, and then basically defect him back because he's actually not Japanese, and he actually came here, kind of conforms to the ideals of Japan, since he actually kind of likes the whole like culture of Japan, going as far to kind of live like a Japanese person. But basically, they're just trying to find out if he's actually a spy or not. But in the end, when they go there, everyone's in on it. In the sense, everyone knows what's already happening. Suckerman's basically like, I've been playing the entire time. I was like, oh! I was like, this anime, it's freaking amazing. I love it. Oh, Yuki. First time I heard him, I thought, is that Dio Brando? Is that Dio Brando? When I found it's actually not him, I was like, oh, I was disappointed. It actually still is him, I'm not too sure. But you're doing yourself a disservice not watching it. Granted, I would say it's one of those animes that is quite hard to grasp. But if you can, and you feel open-minded to go into this, do watch it. It's freaking great. Like, it's one of those animes that will become either the underground animated season or even animated season. Hopefully it does actually catch on with audiences, because this anime could be freaking great. I love it. But with what's happening in Driver, if you leave a like, do leave a like. It's how you quite a bit. Leave a sub, do leave a sub quite a bit. But with what's happening in Driver, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.